Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bulgarian Voice Show. We're live from Toronto, Canada, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on the waves of Chin Radio, frequency 1540 AM. You can also tune in live from www.chinradio.com, or you could get the app for your iPhone or Android device, so you can always stay up to date with news and events from Bulgaria and the Bulgarian community in Ontario and Canada. You can also listen to us anytime at www.bulgarianvoice.media or join our YouTube channel. My name is DJ Seconds and I'll be hosting today's show. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it.
Килата мами екшен, ноу-хау лекшен, парчето ни качва топ 10 дирекшен. Ключ се ми от ресепшен, гуми за протекшен. Мамито до тебе looking so perfection. Ей, мами, мами, ти разбираш ме без думи. Ей, мами, мами, караш ме да летя. Ей, мами, мами, хилядите авантюри. Ей, мами, няма как теб да те сваля. 12:00 пак влязах в клуба. По всичко си личи, че си търси да лапнал съм пора, нямам никаква култура. Търся някой штура да ме държи за мами, мами, мами. Оле, мале, мами, мами, мами. Оле, мале, мами, мами, мами. Дигидидей, 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 дигидидей.
Hey papi, 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 papi. Hey papi, papi, сега губя контрол. Hey papi, 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 papi. Твоите очи make me lose control. Всички хора по света, мъже или жени, търсят любовта и общи слънчевидни. Ела при мен ти и ми докажи дали всичко е лъжа или точния замесих ти. Караш ме без думи да остана в главата. Аре нека заедно си движаме телата. Аз съм твоята мами, бъркаш ме с майка ти. Тя ти чисти, тя ти глади до ден на главата ти. Аз съм твоето малко момче, дето нощем те прибира. А пък ти до мен заспиваш в студентската квартира. Моето папи, моят мачо, моят малък десперадо. Ти си топ по моето тяло и въртиш ме като торнадо. Ти си топлата прекратка, моето пухино одяло. Ти си моя златен нож, който ми падна на коляно. Хей, папи, 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 папи. Хей, папи, папи, сега губя контрол. Хей, папи, 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 папи. Твоите очи make me lose control. Папа, 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 папа. Караш ме без думи да остана в главата. Папа, 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 папа. Аре нека заедно си движаме телата.
Ще казвам мистер бомбастик, теле фантастик. Ще те вода да почепиме с храсти. Романтик, мистер фантастик. И по дупето даже жита пластик. Бомбастик, теле фантастик. Ще те вода да почепиме с храсти. Романтик, мистер фантастик. И по дупето даже жита пластик.
Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Bulgaria. Welcome to ALUX.com, the place where future billionaires come to get informed. Hello ALUXers and welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking you on a special journey all the way to Europe, visiting the amazing Bulgaria. If you've never been to this country, then keep watching, because we're going to reveal a lot of amazing things and inspire you to add this new destination to your travel list. Bulgaria is located in the Balkan Peninsula and shares the Black Sea with neighbors like Russia, Turkey, Ukraine, and Romania. Their golden-like sands attract thousands of tourists every year, and it's a loved destination among people seeking good quality services at decent prices. If you don't know this by now, we're here to tell you that Bulgaria has it all. From a rich cultural background, beautiful natural landscapes, to modern cities and fancy holiday resorts, making the country a great family holiday destination. Bulgaria is part of the European Union, NATO, and the Council of Europe, and has taken a seat at the UN Security Council for 3 times. Bulgaria is one of the poorest countries in Europe, having the lowest average salary in the EU, with up to a fifth of the labor force earning as low as $2 per hour. However, Bulgaria's perspectives are better now than they ever have been, and they're looking forward to becoming a part of the Eurozone and the Schengen area as soon as possible. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at ALUX. With that being said, let's dig in and find out more about this country in our 15 things you didn't know about Bulgaria. Number 1. Bulgaria was known as the Silicon Valley of the Eastern Bloc. Silicon Valley is major and the place to be if you have a startup or need an office for a multi-million-dollar company. Facebook, Google, and Apple all have offices and headquarters there, so why go somewhere else? Well, if you want to hire great people for the job for only a few $100s a month, you need to outsource. But where? India? China? Those are still viable options, but recently more and more companies have started working with Bulgaria. This country has some great people who can do the same tasks as Western employees, but for a fraction of the cost. For that matter, Bulgaria is known as the Silicon Valley of the Eastern Bloc. Number 2. They have the highest number of births outside of marriage in the EU. Nowadays, it's pretty hard to find a person that will put up with all of your moods, plans, and expectations for more than 5 minutes. Marriage is hard and true love even harder to find. That's why a lot of new couples are not getting married anymore, or try to fix their relationships. This modern approach has piled up the number of births outside of marriage all over the world, but more so in Bulgaria. People still have children and stay together, but they don't tie the knot or rely on paper to keep them together. More than 2/3 of the births in Bulgaria in 2016 were out of marriage, putting the country in second place with Slovenia among the European Union countries in terms of babies born out of wedlock. Number 3. There are only 30 non-stop pharmacies throughout Bulgaria. The most difficult task when you have a toothache, a cold, or a medical emergency while traveling is to find a pharmacy. Not all people speak English. You might need a doctor's prescription or a local currency. Leaving that aside, it's even worse if you need a pharmacy late at night. Finding a non-stop pharmacy can be a real challenge in some parts of the world. In Bulgaria, there's only 32 non-stop working pharmacies, and they're not even located in the biggest, most traveled regions. So if you happen to visit the country, make sure to have all the pills you need in case of emergency. Number 4. The largest human DNA helix was replicated in Bulgaria by students. The human DNA can be found in our cells, and even though it might seem a tiny thing, if it were to spread, it would be miles and miles long. The helix shape of our DNA is often recreated in all sorts of pictures, sculptures, and installations for people to better understand what we're made of. Another way of picturing the DNA is by using people dressed up as chromosomes and places as the DNA helix. That's exactly what Bulgarian med students did on a beach in Varna. With this show, they'd broken the Guinness World Records title for the largest human DNA helix. The richest man is Vasil Bozkov, with a net worth of $1.3 billion. Even if Bulgaria is one of the poorest countries in Eastern Europe, it's become better and better every year at managing its economy, and they even have some millionaires and billionaires to prove things aren't as bad as they seem at the first glance. Vasil Bozkov is Bulgaria's first billionaire, with a fortune of $1.3 billion. Unfortunately, his reputation is not the brightest. His nickname is The Skull, and he's allegedly head of the mafia in the country. He owns several private businesses across the country, as well as owning the largest and most expensive collection of antiques in Bulgaria.
Най-хубавите български песни само по български глас. Вашият глас.
малка вчера, дива роза. Бели камъни край теб не спят, те въздъхват неми всеки път, когато дойде утро, дива роза. Бели нощи пият дневен сън, всичко диша твоя дъх навън, а ти очакваш утре, дива роза. Роза цветове покрива, сутринна нежност и светлина. Роза моя сън изпива, с твоя сън, дива роза. На диви цветове, а беше малка вчера, дива роза. А беше малка вчера, дива роза. А беше малка вчера, дива роза.
bulgarianvoice.media.
За записи на минали предавания,
bulgarianvoice.media.
за обширни репортажи, интервюта и предстоящи събития.
bulgarianvoice.media.
Слушайте ни!
Number 9. Electricity in Bulgaria is more expensive than other Western European countries. As we mentioned before, Bulgaria is quite a cheap destination for traveling. Just like other European countries, they are recovering after the communist regime and prices are lower than the ones in Western countries. It's funny and sad at the same time to see that in Bulgaria, people have to pay more for basic utilities like electricity than any other country in the EU. Bulgaria is in the middle ground regarding prices, but it pays more than the leading countries as well as the rapidly developing Baltic states of the EU. This is because the competition in the market is low and prices are set by the big dogs. Number 10. The world's largest and oldest treasure was found in Bulgaria. As children, we always hear stories about treasures and people hunting them. There was a time when treasures were buried, but nowadays they're better kept in people's bank accounts. A large medieval gold treasure, consisting of adornments made of precious metals and semi-precious stones, has been discovered in the town of Kazanlak in central Bulgaria. The gold treasure weighs a total of 3 kilograms, and even though its origins remain unknown, according to archaeologists, it appears to date back to the 12th to the 14th century from the time of the Second Bulgarian Empire. Nice find! And since we're talking about treasures, make sure to get your facts right about valuable stones by watching our 15 Things You Didn't Know About Diamonds video. Number 11. Rose water, rose oil, and some perfumes are made from Bulgarian roses. Have you ever looked on the label of your rose water? It most probably says 2 things: made with roses from Bulgaria or Turkey. If you didn't know this, we're here to tell you that Bulgaria is one of the biggest and most important rosewater, rose oil, and other derivatives producer. On the south of the Balkan Mountains, you'll find the Rose Valley, a large area where all roses are grown. The area produces close to half, or 1.7 tons, of the world's rose oil. Products containing Bulgarian rose and rose oil are the most popular Bulgarian products on the big Chinese market over recent years. In fact, when you say Bulgaria in China, everyone thinks of the Bulgarian rose. Number 12. A man disappeared in Bulgaria 4 years ago, and he's still not been found. This case is still ongoing, and it hasn't been solved so far. Lars Mittank was a German tourist that decided to visit Bulgaria when he mysteriously disappeared. He was coming from the Golden Sands at the Black Sea and disappeared near Varna Airport in Varna, Bulgaria. The event happened in July 2014 and has yet to come to a conclusion. The man was witnessed acting strangely while alone in Bulgaria by his hotel security cameras, and days later he disappeared into the forest around Varna Airport for unknown reasons. Before his disappearing, he called his mother to tell her that he was not feeling safe and that a man was following him. He was later captured on the airport security camera, jumping a fence into the forest. No news after that. Spooky. Number 13. Bulgaria urges the EU to end food double standards. Countries from the Eastern European bloc are viewed with a stigma of poverty and communist behavior. Of course, Bulgaria has its history and its background, but it's now trying to fit in and improve the status. Bulgaria is a part of the EU, so they do enjoy some perks out of it. One of them is traveling within the EU countries without a visa. Since 2007, when they entered the EU, more and more Bulgarians traveled in Western countries and experienced a lot of products and services. With that, they realized that products exported to Eastern European countries don't fall under the same standards. A few weeks ago, a study found differences in ingredients and prices of some brands of food products between those sold in Bulgaria and those in other Western European countries. After that report, the Bulgarian ministry urged Europe to change regulations so that all EU countries have the same food standards and enjoy the same quality. Number 14. Every month, 6 people become millionaires in Bulgaria. We already stated that the richest man in Bulgaria is also presumed to be the head of the mafia in the country, but he's not the only one to have millions at his disposal. Aside from him and the controversy surrounding him, Bulgaria is actually the country where every month 6 people become millionaires. By the end of last year, the number of wealthy people in Bulgaria was actually 833. Statistics show that the average deposit amount that each millionaire has in their bank accounts is set at about $2.4 million. Within Eastern European countries, Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovakia take the top 3 spots in the millionaire rankings, followed by 4th place by Bulgaria. Not bad, we must admit. Number 15. Bulgarian yogurt is the best in the world. Yogurt is a simple dairy product. You can find it in all stores from a gazillion of brands and companies. You can pick the fat percentage, the flavor, the size, or even the milk from which it's made. Cow milk, goat milk, soy, and others. Most people know 2 types of yogurt, plain and Greek yogurt. What people don't know is that Bulgarian yogurt is the most popular variety of yogurts in the world because of its thick, creamy, and delicious texture. This wonderful probiotic food has impeccable ancestry, and it's believed to have been known for at least 4,000 years.
Здравейте, скъпи слушатели!
Вие слушате Радио Български глас.
Отново на вълните на Радио Български глас е отново.
Уважаеми слушатели, вие слушате
Редовното предаване на Български глас,
което се излъчва всяка неделя
от 18 часа на вълните на Чин Радио.
Уважаеми слушатели, а сега искаме да ви информираме за няколко предстоящи събития в общността. Другото събитие, за което искам да ви информирам, е поредната среща, семинар, организирана от Радио Български глас, отново на финансова тема. И тъй като 1 март е крайният срок за правене на вноски в пенсионният план RRSP за изтеклата година, отново ще говорим за това, но този път от инвестиционна гледна точка. Ще говорим и за образователния план RRSP и също ще засегнем и темата за Mortgage Insurance. Както казах, срещата ще бъде на 23 февруари, събота, от 2 до 5 часа след обяд в East York Civic Center на 850 Coxwell Avenue. Ще ви очакваме с нетърпение и приятна и успешна седмица.
Най-хубавите български песни само по български глас. Вашият глас.
Има време за война. Има време за любов. Има време, знам. Има време за война. Има време, знам. Казвате, има време за любов. Има време, знам. Казвате, има време за война. Има време, знам. Казвате, има време за любов. Има време, знам. Казвате, има време за война.
We continue with news from Bulgaria by Bulgarian Voices special correspondent Mr. Svetoslav Nikolov.
Само 3 месеца преди европейските избори парламента направи неочаквано драстични промени в изборния кодекс. Прагът, за да влезе в сила преференциалния вод за даден кандидат, бе вдигнат толкова високо, че става на практика недостижим. ГЕРБ подкрепи общо 4 искания на ДПС, като от партията обясниха, че в противен случай парламентът е щял да се разпадне. От Националния фронт за спасение на България също гласуваха за, Атака отсъстваше от парламентарната зала, а ВМРО бяха против. За да отпадне така наречения феномен 15-15, партиите и коалициите ще са с номера от 1 до 100, а преференциалните номера на кандидатите ще са от 101 нагоре. В чужбина ще се гласува с хартиени бюлетини. Машинно гласуване в България ще има в поне 3000 големи секции. Дистанционното гласуване остава за някъде в бъдещето. В комисиите решенията ще се вземат с обикновено мнозинство, т.е. управляващата коалиция ще има властта да направлява процесите. Променя се режима на обжалване на решения, така че съдебният контрол де-факто се намалява. Отпада написването на секционен протокол, не бе въведено видеонаблюдение в секциите. За членовете на комисиите не бе гласувано изискване за поне средно образование. Макар да е с изтекал мандат, Централната избирателна комисия няма да бъде сменена, тъй като била натрупала опит. Посолствата на Великобритания и Съединените щати внесоха тревожни сигнали за престъпления в България. В първия случай се оказа, че едно от трите лица, участвали в отравянето на баща и дъщеря Скрипал в Великобритания, е било 3 пъти в България, включително в момента, когато през 2015 година бе отровен оръжейния бизнесмен Емилиан Гебрев. После той изпадна в кома, но се възстанови, като държавата наскоро направи сериозни опити да му отнеме бизнеса, но не успя. Във втория случай американската държава сигнализира, че милиони петролни долари от Венецуела са били насочвани към сметка на адвокат в България, а след това част от тях са били отклонявани. Още в първото си изявление пред американския посланик, главният прокурор защити банковата институция, като посочи, че тя е нямало как да знае за възможните нарушения. Междувременно започна кампания срещу това, че десетки хиляди адвокатски кантори, неправителствени организации и учреждения трябва да внесат в Държавната агенция национална сигурност планове за годишни обучения против изпирането на пари. Над 20 случая на морбили у нас. Стотици контактни са изолирани, за да се провери дали и те не са заразени. 8 от заразените са получили усложнения. В България са доста силни влиянията на антиваксърското движение. Българите в сръбския град Димитровград, в западните покрайнини, вече могат да го наричат и с историческото му име Цари Брод, което върна официалния си статут. Същевременно те получиха правото да сменят имената си на български, а в училище бе позволено широкото изучаване на български език.
bulgarianvoice.media.
За записи на минали предавания.
bulgarianvoice.media.
За обширни репортажи, интервюта и предстоящи събития.
bulgarianvoice.media.
Слушайте ни!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's show. Listen to us again next Sunday at 6 p.m. on the waves of Chin Radio 1540 AM, www.chinradio.com or the Chin Radio app, or listen to us anytime at www.bulgarianvoice.media. Also, check out our YouTube channel, The Bulgarian Voice Show. Would like to hear your feedback. Please leave us comments under our videos on YouTube. The Bulgarian Voice Show wishes you a successful week ahead, and we'll see you next week. This program was brought to you by the Bulgarian Voice Corporation.